The Vince Lombardi once said that depth is the most important part of any football team. Without depth, you will plunge the depth.
Right. And since the inception of the salary cap.
He never said that, but I could envision him saying something like that.
Oh, we got Low.
Hey, Lo, what's up, man?
What's up, brothers?
Low
How we
Neal.
doing?
What's up, baby?
Hey, you guys fall off. You guys off the Purdy train already, boy. You guys are just like roaches, boy. Y'all
what
dirty.
Have you been listening to?
Hey,
no, we're not.
Well, yes, Guru is starting to bring up. Like I said, this is a 1 week thing. I don't care how good Darnold plays. They're going back to Purdy as long as he's healthy in 2 weeks. Guru says, well, what if Darnold could 2 games? Then what? Could we have a quarterback change? What do you think?
Hey, Guru, I see what you're saying. Hey, Guru, hey, you know what? That's why the best, because he's always going to, if his glass half full or half empty, how do you look at it? Because you got, I mean, look, no one thought that Jimmy G, you look at him, you think about what they did for Trey Lance.
Yeah.
And to Guru's point, you look at now, Purdy comes on the scene and everyone was in the same. It's just 1 game. It's just 2 games. Then it's 3 games. Well, what would you do? And, Guru was on that. Well, play Purdy. And then everyone's like, oh, you're crazy. It's going to go back to Trey. They got too much invested in him. So I understand. And yes, I'm still with you, Steiny. They're going to go back to Purdy, but I had to, say that because I do understand, because you guys know football it's what have you done for me lately? And I understand Purdy's on the rookie deal. It's not making a lot of money. The guy's been playing pretty well. And it's just interesting because everyone's been waiting for him to fall off. Everyone's been waiting to say he's going to have a bad game. Everyone's been waiting for this guy to kind of go awry for they can say, see, I told you so. What kind of a world do we live in that it's like, okay, Purdy may not be the guy after dropping 2 straight games and looking at the way that he played, the interceptions. Now is he shot? Is he shell shot? What's going on? It's, guys, just like all of us have children. And guess what? We can't do the same thing we did when they were 1, when they were 2, when they're 3. As they get older, they change. And guess what, guys? Defenses change. People understand, they adjust, and now they're saying, okay, Purdy's throwing to a spot. It's 1, 2, 3. I'm getting the ball out of my hand. He's going to get the route and go it there. And now, guys, let's step up. Let's press him. Let's get him off. Let's get him off schedule, because if you let him take what he gives you, he's going to dink, dink, dunk. Then he's going to go over the top, and now he stays ahead of schedule. Teams now are saying, look, we're going to take away those first and second, and now let's make him throw that ball, that third window that he has to get into, and that's when you see sometimes trouble happen. It hasn't been that Purdy's changed. It's the teams are evolving to this system that this guy who's been running masterfully, and that's what teams are doing, guys.
No doubt, Lo, and I catch you every weekend, you and Evan, and I got to say this before I go there. You're my mentor and brother, and we ain't chopped it up in a minute. Evan is up-and-coming star, and he's a good kid. I hope when you guys talk, I'm insecure, Lo, and my name comes up, I always think to myself, I hope Lo is giving me the stamp of approval to young Evan. I'll leave that there. Steiny looking at me like I'm crazy. But you guys do a great job. Listen, Lo, you played this game that is called football. I've watched 2 teams 2 weeks in a row come out and do what the Niners did with the boom box. Then you got Debo doing this and that, my neck and my back. I can't finish. Trent hurt after the Cleveland game. Minnesota comes out with the boom box. I'm going to leave the offense alone. Lo, what has happened to this defense? Because I don't know what is going on, and I got to leave you with this. What did you make of Kyle telling the masses in the media that, you know what, my boy Wilkes, that was a dumb call, that was a bad call, was that foul? I know I gave you a lot.
Well, let's go to the latter part first. You don't need to call coaches out. That's where coaches, that stuff you should have in-house.
I didn't think you were going to say that, Lo. I didn't think
No, because you have to. Kyle Shanahan's a great coach. We understand that. But there's been questionable calls about him. And you know what? But he's the head coach. When you have assistant coaches, if you want to fire the guys, you fire them. If you want to go in a direction, you go in a direction. But guess what? Jim Wilkes, I know this guy. You look at him, look at his resume. He's always had good defenses. The guy's always been a pretty stern defensive coach. You think about what he's been able to do, but Jim can't go out there and make tackles. You watch the first play, they give up 18 yards against Minnesota. They ran. You look at Cleveland ran the ball on them.
They
so
did.
You got to look at also, they haven't been tackling well. Fred Warner's a tackle machine, but sometimes guys, they're getting pushed. They're getting.
I'm watching it,
Low.
Low.
New line of scrimmage. But it started with the Rams. See, I thought the offense was ahead of the defense this year. I thought that this offense I said, hey, if you score 24 points, this team is going to be hard to beat because the offense was rolling. I wasn't necessarily sold on the defense because you look at the Rams game, Steiny. Think about that Rams game. If they don't get those interceptions, that Rams is moving the ball. Rams are controlling just like them. It was a evenly matched game.
They won time
in
of possession too, Low. I know I'm jumping in. They won time of possession, the Rams did.
Yeah, so they have to get better. But the offense, when the offense is ahead of schedule and Purdy's playing his best and guys are getting open and doing what they do, now the defense don't have to play stellar like this because the offense was putting other offenses in a tough situation, forcing them to become one-dimensional and get away from the run earlier than they wanted to.
You're listening to Lorenzo Neal, one of the greatest fullbacks of all time. And if you want more of Lorenzo, and who doesn't, baby, don't miss the kickoff show this Sunday. Lorenzo Neal along with Larry Krueger, 2 hours before the start of the game. Join us at the Hilton Santa Clara for delicious food, great drinks, and the best pregame show in the Bay Area, presented by Habas Law. You've been wronged? Habas Law will fight to make it right. Call 1-800-INJURED or visit habaslaw.com. Also, segment or Low's brought to you by, you know what? We'll say Lucky California can sponsor you, Low. We'll allow it. We'll also
Low, on fire.
Low, I tell you what, I'm on to something, Low.
Oh, boy.
I am on to something.
I hope you go here.
Oh, I am going here. I am going here. I said, okay, Brock Purdy, he's good, right? He's good, solid, good quarterback, right?
Right.
Okay. So you look at the Niners. Look at the Niners. Okay. McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk, Kittle. They're loaded, right? They're loaded. Right? You with me? You with me?
Right.
Okay.
I'm with you.
So
wait till you hear this.
So my feeling is that here, I'll just come out and say it. I say Brock Purdy will never be among the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. Like, he's not going to make $50 million regardless of what happens here.
I couldn't agree with you more. Because you have to realize, Guru, he's right, Guru, because
he
this
said
guy
it a
came
bit
in.
different, Low, and it's kind of bothering me, but go ahead.
I love you. I love you guys. I love you guys.
Yeah,
no,
he
because
said it a little different, but
because you have to realize how people are slotted. He came into, Mr. Irrelevant, and you see how everyone's been trying to paint this picture. Okay, he's a system quarterback, but he executed the system magnificently.
Right.
Look at what he's done in the system. So let's give him credit.
Yes.
And that's what everyone wants to say. Can he play quarterback? Look, he executed the system better than Jimmy, better than Trey.
Anybody.
So this system, yes. So he's prolific in this system. Let's go over to a team, and Steiny, here's to validate his point, Guru. Let's go over to another team that if you look at their offense, and you think about how they are able to score and what they're one of the most prolific offense, and what do they do? And what team do you think I'm talking about? The Miami Dolphins. You look at Tua.
Yeah.
You look at the way that he gets the ball out of his hand. It's 1, 2, 3. It's 5-step, and he knows where the ball going. He's letting the ball go before the guys break, and it makes these guys look good.
Gotcha.
You look at Miami. You look at the Niners. What do they have in common? Two guys that trust the system more than other quarterbacks trust the system, and they're willing to play within that system, and that's what makes them better than good, and that's what makes them better than average in those type of systems.
Okay, Low. No, and I'm not even disputing what Steiny said. My point was we were talking about Kyle Shanahan, and I said he yearns to have that quarterback here for the next 10 years. Steiny said, well, how do you know, Goo? I said, because he'd moved mountains to get Trey Lance. And had Trey had the goods, Low, I believe Kyle, I use this analogy. He wanted to get married. He was tired of going to the club. But unfortunately, Trey didn't have the goods. I'm asking you, Low, as a former player, you're telling me if Purdy guides this team to, let's just say 2 Super Bowls, Low, and he's just a part of it, Kyle would be, you know what? When it's time to pay you, I'm not going to pay you. and we'll just start over and I can go find somebody, Tom, Dick, and Harry. I just think, like, then what's Brock playing for here if he were to reach that plateau? Because I saw Joe Flacco get 3 extra years just because he cashed in on that one Super Bowl.
Okay, you're right in that sense, but I don't think that he's going to get the max though. So when you're saying that, yes, I do believe that Kyle Shanahan and say, you suffered these 2-3 years. We go on a Super Bowl because you're on a rookie quarterback deal. You're only getting $2 million. You only made $2 million, made $3 million. You're not making any money. We stole you. You're right in the first round pick, so we got you for the low. I think Cal will make it right, but say you have to, and Cal Shanahan would say, I'm not going to make you the highest paid quarterback. You understand this system has given you, afforded you the opportunity to be great in this system. I don't want anybody else because you can execute this system masterfully. So I'm not looking for anyone. He will get paid. The best place for him to get paid would be the Niners because, oh yeah, I got Kirk Cousins on the line.
No doubt about it.
Good call. Good call. What else is going on, man? Haven't talked to you in a while. What do you think about the Niners being 5-2? A little bit banged up heading into the bye week. I missed the weeklies with you, Guy. I think that I really think that the Niners, they got to get better, Goo.
Yeah.
Steiny, you guys, they got to get better. They got tested by Cleveland. Cleveland punched them in the mouth and didn't back down, even though they had a chance to win that game. Brock Purdy, as bad as he played, he only had 4 first downs in the second half, but he made the 3 when it counted. The 3 in the third, and now the winning drive, the go-ahead drive that had opportunity, and the field goal kicker. So Purdy, in spite of him playing bad at times and at spurts and for long periods, he did give them a chance to win both these games. They still had a chance to win both of these football games. So it's not doom and gloom, but guys, they got to get better. They got to stop the run. They just got to get better.
Yep.
Yes.
Lorenzo Neal, thank you so much.
Lolo.
Appreciate it, buddy.
No worries. Cheers, guys.
All right, that was Lorenzo Neal. Don't miss him on the kickoff show this Sunday, again, with Larry Krueger and Lorenzo Neal, 2 hours before the start of the game. Join us at the Hilton Santa Clara for delicious food, great drinks, and the best pregame show in the Bay Area. Presented by Habas Law. You've been wronged? Habas Law will fight to make it right. Call 1-800-INJURED or visit habaslaw.com.